SHAWOOD's design philosophy is about connecting with nature. It's something that's intrinsic with the Japanese business and fits in well with the Australian lifestyle and the way we live our lives indoors and out. I'm Lester Chambers, and I'm the design director for Sekisui House.
My name is Hiro Abe. I'm architect in Sekisui House.
And this is SHAWOOD North Turramurra. When you enter the property, it's that feeling of being in touch with nature and the surroundings. The houses have been designed so they blend the indoors and the outdoors, so it's a really relaxing experience.
It's called kokage. So kokage is Japanese word. This means as shade of tree. So now in this project, have a lot of big tree. So under the big tree is having a shadow space. This shadow space is quite comfortable because so block the sun and feeling the wind and connect to the nature.
Being a Japanese builder, we're quite contemporary and our style is very unique compared to other builders. But MHDP were able to bring a bit of Australian into it. So with our natural materials and finishes and colour schemes, they were able to bring that Australian influence into our architecture.
My name is Mark Hercombe. I'm the Director of MHDP Architects. Our role in this project was as design architect working with our client Sekisui House to develop a series of houses on the upper north shore of Sydney. This part of Sydney is really interesting in that it has that access to a national park, but it also has a lot of really lovely facilities in terms of playing fields, golf courses, brilliant schools. The initial design concept was to develop an articulated house form that maximised the opportunities that brought in developing the connection inside to outside and also protecting the zones around these really critical trees.
Materiality and colour were very important as part of this development, and MHDP looked at the local landscape, the colour of the leaves, the bark, to introduce colour palettes that actually blended in with the natural environment.
One of the fascinating aspects of this project was balancing the Japanese and Sekisui House philosophy against Australian architecture, which they were specifically asking us to bring to the table. I actually found that as a really sort of clear symmetry and guidance for us in that the connection to indoor and outdoor space, which has become beloved of Australian domestic architecture, actually really tallies with the way the Japanese architecture works, the shoji screen just sliding out directly into nature. Japanese architecture also is very disciplined in the way it uses space, the tatami mat, the rhythm of space and movement.
Japan and Australia is very close to the latitude. It means sunlight is very close to Japan and Australia. So Japan has a very traditional architectural style. It's called engawa. Engawa is outside space but having a roof. And also in Australia, have a very traditional architectural style. It's called Queenslander. It's very similar. So we can blend these two type of architecture style.
Volume is a wonderful tool for making the space feel more generous, more open. In these SHAWOOD houses, we've really achieved that by when you enter into these houses, you move into a volume which you don't anticipate. So there's this welcoming sense of, oh, I'm inside, but the volume is generous and more akin with being outside. And these spaces are all full of light. So you're walking into a light, open, voluminous space. From the moment you enter the house, this connection to the outside is a really fundamental thing that makes these houses, I think, very successful.
I hope that when families first walk into this house that they fall in love with it and it is their home. They feel it's something that they can grow up in, they can make memories in, and a home that never ages for them.
Usually in Australian market, customer changes the house 7 to 10 years. This project, customer buy this house, and I hope it is still continuously live in the more than 20 or 30 years.